Hi guys.
Yo, yo.
Hello!
Evening.
Here we go. We have got Paranormal Voice with us.
How are you all? You all right?
We hope you're ready because we've got quite a lot of good questions for you both.
Hey, you guys, how does it feel?
How
Brilliant.
does it feel to be with the stars? And I'm just bowled over. It's interesting.
You made it now, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
you've made it
yeah,
now.
yeah.
You've made it now. You're with us.
I know. I might just have to join Paranormal Fake. Sorry, Chris, but me and
You can
Tom.
all join.
Me and Tom. That's it.
I'll get you later.
Anyway, I've got a good question to ask you, Jane.
We'll give a couple of shout outs first.
Go on then. Get on with it.
So, Gillian Daniels,
Gillian Daniels. Hi, Gillian.
Nathan Page,
Good boy,
See-
good boy, good boy.
UC Cat. Who else?
Shire Ghost.
Yeah. Dominique.
Dominique Schmidt.
Lovely to see you all.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us, isn't it?
Exactly. Right, here we go. Big questions.
I got a good one. Right, Jane.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a ghost touch you inappropriately?
Oh, yeah. It's the moment I've been waiting for all my paranormal career.
Oh, oh,
It's why I keep going back to the ancient realm in.
oh! That brings back bad memories for me. Actually, painful memories.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, right, on to yours then.
So here we go. We've got a few serious ones. So
Really?
what got you into the paranormal, Jane and Chris?
Go on, Chris, you can answer that one.
I grew up in a house that had activity. That's what started it for me. Black shadows, seeing things dart around corners that you couldn't explain. Just not so much the odd, creepy feelings, but really seeing some weird stuff.
Oh.
Weird stuff. Yeah. I lived in that house for 18 years.
Blimey.
Yeah. My earliest memory is, I guess I was probably about 2. We're talking maybe 1970, 1972, somewhere in there. Little metal helicopter. And it wouldn't flow, but you could spin the propellers around with your finger on the top.
Yeah.
Well, I remember holding it up, doing that, letting it go, and it stayed in the air.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I was the only one in the room. It's one thing I will never forget. And then it went slowly down and soft landed on the floor.
Blimey.
Yeah.
When I do that, I always got strings. But there you go. That's me.
Yeah.
But that must have been quite spooky to see something like that actually right in front of you. Even as a kid, it must have been quite a shocker.
It was. And then you've got my mom would say, "Oh, it's your imagination. There's nothing there." Well, turns out my mom could not only see them, she could talk to them. She just never told us that until we were much, much older.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was she saying to him? That's what I want to know.
I have no clue. I have no clue. No clue.
How did you say, like, what the hell are you talking to ghosts about?
I probably should have, but I'll have to ask her the next time she pops in. She passed about 20 years ago, but she comes in and visits occasionally. I can feel her around. So next time she's around, I'll have to say, "Hey, what were you talking to everybody about?"
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Jane? What got you into it?
Well, I was always a bit weird and a bit of a different kid. And
Understatement.
oh god, he's going to be on one tonight. And,
You still is
yeah, I read ghost books as a kid, but there always used to be, like, one of my grandfathers died, and I used to go and stay with my gran. There was always a weird feeling in the room, but he died in the room not where I slept, but in obviously where my gran slept. And then when I was 15, my grandfather passed away, and I seen him stood in the doorway, and that was really where it kind of opened everything up. And I was interested in from there because when I was nursing, you'd get all types of things happening. You know, there'd be lights going on and off. There would be, I seen a pair of feet walk down a corridor, and just a pair of feet, and weird things happen. You know, like buzzers going off, and they're electrically checked because it would happen so often after like a death. We'd get electricians in to check and stuff like that, and it was all the electrics are fine. So I don't know whether it was attributed to ghosts or the energy what's left behind, but that's really where it started. And then, of course, a program called Most Haunted started, and it blew off in the UK. I went in there, and I got free tickets to one of their lives, and I took some friends, and they said, well, come on a ghost hunt with us. So I went on a ghost hunt with them, and that's it. That's it.
Oh, good old Derek used to do those. He was brilliant, Derek.
Yeah.
Fond memories.
Derek's a lovely guy.
When
Yeah,
you,
he's
said
a good guy.
you saw just the ghost feet, walking down the corridor
Yeah,
with no legs or nothing,
nothing.
just feet.
Just feet.
How is that possible?
Well,
Where's
they,
the coat?
So did he just like materialize his feet and that's it?
Yeah, it was. They were kind of like wispy, and it just walked down the probably 8 to 10 foot, I reckon.
That is mad. Did he have
Who was
no?
It was I think they were smaller feet, so I think it was feminine.
Oh,
So
man.
yeah, or somebody
blew
very
me.
small.
right, Tom.
I was waiting for you to get to the bit about the reason you do this is for the money and fame and stuff, but you seem like you're legit in your intentions. That's what we do it
Which
for,
is
innit? Money and
outrageous,
fame and
really,
stuff like
because you shouldn't really be doing it for that. You should
Well,
be doing
but you know,
it.
that's another side of it. Obviously, the fame. I mean, to be
Yes.
fair, you don't make money out of the paranormal, but the fame, obviously, you know, I want to be like
you want to be like us.
Zach Bagans. Well,
Baggins. Yeah. He's my hero. I've got a big
I
picture
was
of
a
him.
bit more high flying than Marky there.
She's changing her last name to Fielding.
Yeah, kiss my ass.
You definitely can
Okay.
make money, though, can't you? You can.
You are.
You steal from people, so you can definitely make money, can't you, Tom?
Yeah.
Ka-ching.
And then like when you get like a load of subscribers, you can just go on OnlyFans and charge people for like, sexy pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. I do that already. You know, that's my sideline job.
You want to get some?
I shipped you a new pole for that.
Tom, don't look.
Send me the link to that right now.
Yeah. Chris bought me a new pole to use, so he said he's just shipped it. That's for all my fans.
I'm imagining that now,
I bet you are, Tom. I bet you are.
I've only got a few pillowcases that I can't flog. With
You
me
got
on them.
loads of those with your face and you was pouting on them.
I know.
Maybe
Yeah,
you're not pouting enough. I think maybe you need to pout a little bit more.
Hey,
Chris, have
mate,
you ever thought about doing that, Chris? Putting some merch out with your face on and like sell it. You got the looks for it,
Hey, give it a shot,
I think you're missing out on something if you don't
You've
do
got
that.
the Zach Baggins glasses.
Your Zach Baggins, you're looking.
Yeah. You get down the gym now and build out. You can go on there and say things like, what's he say? I can't remember what he says now. He says
badass.
something-
Everything's badass, isn't it?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a demon.
Yeah.
It'll never work because his hat matches his shoes.
Who's mine? It does
Yeah,
not.
yours. Yes.
Well, that
How many
might be
pairs
true.
of Vans do you own?
That might be partially true. What?
How many pairs of
Oh,
Vans
you
do you
want to
own?
talk about? Okay. I own 47 pairs of trainers.
Blimey.
Ah,
And they're all Vans.
No, they're not.
Most of
You
them
run
are
a
Vans.
lot. You must run a lot
No.
for fashion.
He'd blow away in the wind.
Oh, hell no. I'm not that skinny. I'm not a bloody rail.
Debatable.
that is mad. 47 pairs of trainers.
Yeah.
Puts you to shame, doesn't it, Tom? You've only got one pair of Crocs.
Yeah, I got one pair of Crocs. That's it. That's my going out shoes. That's my staying in shoes. That's all of my shoes.
The casual wear.
The casual wear. No, that's the dress wear.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, it's my turn for a question now. Yeah.
Go on then.
For both of you. Yeah. What is the best evidence that you've ever, and I mean ever, captured, real or fake?
Paranormal.
Yeah, paranormal. Yeah, obviously.
I think for me, it's really hard to say whether anything's actually paranormal or done by spirit.
No. It's very easy to say whether something's real or not.
Very easy.
It's always real,
Well,
Jay.
It's real.
You know,
Always.
The best for me was when we were in Pengarsic Castle and I was sat by myself. I had a pair of like a blindfold on. I asked a spirit to walk towards me, and I get like 5 or 6 steps, like someone literally walking towards me. It was the most amazing thing ever. I'll have to try and dig out the footage.
Is that on one of your videos?
You what?
Is that on one of your videos?
I'm not sure if it's one of the videos I had to take down, but I would have the footage anyway somewhere, so I might put it back up.
Maybe just you're being followed by feet constantly, because you did see feet.
Exactly.
Well,
It's my ghosty feet.
she has a foot fetish. So what do you expect?
Ah, there we go. That all makes sense now.
It does make
Yeah.
sense.
That's it. It was the spunkiness, trying to impress me.
That is some good evidence, I must say. And Chris, what about you?
Oh, it would have to be the FU EVP from RAM.
Ah.
It was dead quiet, and you can clearly hear it screaming into the recorder. You.
Oh.
That is mad.
Did you tell it to fuck you too?
Did you say
No.
That's most things, to be fair.
Should have. We would have said that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, we would've said that.
Yes.
No, I probably should have, but yeah, we didn't actually catch it until we were doing evidence review. So,
But you should have gone back and
given
swore
it
it.
what's for,
Well, I did tell the one that kept messing with me and touching me to piss off, but that's the closest I got.
Was it touching you inappropriately?
Of course.
Ooh.
Ooh. Does that then the ramming? You're lucky you got away with just being touched.
Yes, well, I had to leave something for Jane, so.
There we are.
We like to share. No, well, no, not like that. We don't, but it's going to go downhill from here. Actually, the RAM was probably the RAM was probably one of the most active investigations we've been on. I mean, it was when Chris came over to the UK, and apart from the very bad experience at the end, we were on a live. I can send you the footage after. We've got it private because it was a traumatic ending. But we were on a live and we were sat in the old bar where the bar is, and we were literally having things around us moving, talking, growling. And at one point, I zoom in on Chris's face. Stupidly, I was being silly. And I zoomed in on Chris's face, and you hear something fall over. Something was knocked, and we think it was like an old grill of some description.
It was that metal grate that was on the other side of the benches.
Yeah, it was the most activity that we've ever experienced. It was literally poltergeist activity around us. Insane, absolutely insane.
But we had the stomping footsteps above us when we were sitting in the bar.
Yeah,
too. So
we captured all that on film. Like I said, it's private for just because it was a traumatic ending, and it's something I'm not comfortable with putting out still. I did put it out for a little while, but I revoked it because it still makes me feel very dodgy. It was a really, really weird night.
Gosh.
But that's the kind of thing that I guess you like hope to get as a true ghost hunter, right? Is it too much?
Oh, it's never too much.
No. To be honest, we were loving it. I mean, it was a ghost hunter's dream. It was like going in and watching Most Haunted, going in and watching Ghost Adventures. And I've never experienced anything like it. And, you see all these stories and people going, oh, it's really, really bad. And you're like, Yeah, we've had a bit of activity there, but it's been nothing major, and a lot of that can be attributed to the old floorboards. And the house is it's so old, it's falling down around you, really. And it was just mind blowing. I've never experienced anything like it. If it had just stayed the way it did and it didn't go bad at the end, I would strive for every investigation to be the same.
Oh. Yeah, because I suppose once you get some really good, strong evidence like that, when you go somewhere else, it's a bit flat, isn't it? Because you've experienced the best of the best.
Yeah, I think so. What are your thoughts on it, Chris?
No, I agree. I mean, before Ram, I think not the scariest, but I think the most active place for me was Alcatraz, but that was like 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago. But Ram blew that one away. It put Alcatraz to shame.
Cool.
It really, really did. I was surprised, and I've watched a lot of videos of, Ram investigations and all that. And I go in taking it with a grain of salt, because I want to experience it myself, because there's, too many variables. I can look at something and go, yeah, that's probably not what they're saying it is. You can debunk a lot of it. But there was just way too much stuff happening that we could not debunk, and we were trying.
Yeah. We don't like debunking stuff. We always keep it in, don't we, lads?
Oh, yeah. Debunking's for idiots, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, just look at us.
Yeah, we're idiots.
The thing is that all three of us were there. We were experiencing the same. We were all experiencing the voices, everything at the same time. And then it was all being captured on camera as well.
Yeah,
the only downside to that is that it's mobile signal. So there is some compression in the sound. But we were all experiencing it at the same time, which is just phenomenal, literally. So,
I mean, we were getting called derogatory names. There was, or at least I was.
Well, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. But I mean, there's all kinds of, it was crazy active. It was crazy active. Where Woodchester was almost flat, except for a little bit in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Do you plan to ever go back there?
I would.
I know I've said I would. I don't know. When I talk about it, it makes me nervous. I've never walked away from a place, ever. And I don't know.
I presume did something really scare you there? Is that it?
Yeah, very much so. I'll tell you all about it after. I don't want to talk about it on camera.
Oh, no. That sounds mad.
It's building the suspense for the viewers. That's all it's about.
I know.
It's cool.
We're back there pulling with ropes and throwing stuff behind the scenes. We're doing the normal stuff.
That's cool. That's my style.
Yes,
I got a question for you. I got a good one. This is to both of you, but I'll pass it to Jane first. What's the worst investigation you've ever done? Like, you
Chris,
forgot your camera.
So with Chris, obviously.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
Don't worry, we're like this all the time. Worst investigation was in a pub. And for me, this was not long after
I started. There was no beer. That was the problem. There was no beer.
Oh, well, there's no
there was too much beer. That was the problem. Because they decided, because they were drunk, that they were going to keep half the bar behind. And we just refused to do it and we tried doing it, and everyone was going to leave. And then they, I mean, you're talking 14 years ago, maybe. And blokes were getting a bit too amorous. You know what men are like when they're drunk. So I was like, I was about to knock somebody out, but you know how it goes. It was not good. There was no structure. We couldn't do nothing. And the worst of it is that we had paid guests. We had paid the venue to hire it, and we had paid guests. And they said, well, it's our venue. We can have whoever we want here. So that was my biggest flaw. I don't know about you, Chris.
Yeah, what about you, Chris?
There's a cemetery near Antioch in California. It's near what's called the Black Diamond Mines. It's an old coal mine. The coal mine is haunted, but so is the cemetery, supposedly. So we we staked it out. This is 25 years ago. And not only did it rain, an old septic tank decided to bust.
Oh, shit.
And I stepped into it.
Oh,
That's the worst investigation I have ever been on.
And that's why he doesn't have 48 pairs of trainers.
Yeah, you never know. Be prepared.
Yeah.
I've got a good question, and this is for you, Jane. Now, here we go. Now, what was your problem with the spirit box? You debunked it, and I think that's awful. We love it, don't we, Mark? We love it.
We love it. It's the best tool in the box.
You bitch!
Well, you know, I like that title. I don't get called it enough. To be honest, I've used the spirit box for, 14, 15 years, Chris? And
yeah,
it wasn't until someone challenged me, a good friend of mine that wanted to remain anonymous, although I was going to... This guy I've known for a long time, he's a bit of a controversial person in the paranormal. And he said, do some tests. He said, if you're that open-minded, like you say you are, about going and, doing research on your equipment, I did it. And simply, I did 8 tests, 8 experiments with a small group of people that I trusted. All answers were private. And it come back, and I believe that most of what we get on the spirit box is pareidolia. It's what we want to hear. There's a psychological aspect to it. I'm not saying that everything isn't radio, but I don't use it as a tool because I don't think it's reliable enough. And we can fit things like most paranormal, and the same with, dare I say it, phone apps. We can fit the sounds and the phonics and the words to fit what we want to hear. And that's where the problem lays for me. I'm not saying that it can't happen, because we've had some amazing things. A couple of years ago, we were up at an old airfield, which is near to us, with a very, very haunted RAF building that's just abandoned. And we were asking, we had this, what we thought was a spirit come through. And we said, can you give us some information about some of the flights leaving or coming in? And that was Little C, my teammate. And it come back, flight 543. That's all it says, really clear, really loud. Flight 543. And my daughter was there. She's a bit of a history buff. She looked it up. We didn't know at the time, but it was a flight between local RAF airfields during the World War II. And we were just blown away. That I can't explain. It was just phenomenal. But on the whole, I would say 99.9% of what we get is pareidolia, is what we want to hear. And it's only the very minor bit which may be potentially paranormal, but that still needs to be questioned. And then there's a whole load of other things about reaching the right frequency levels, as the radio's scanning, and whether it comes through the audio, whether it comes through the white noise. There's a whole load more you could look into, but I think it's too complicated to put online. So yeah.
Well, what I do is I love the spirit box. It's brilliant. But I get frustrated with it sometimes, but I've learned a new technique, and it's called Filmora, and I can just add the voices in with it. It's brilliant. Makes it so convincing.
Absolutely. I've never had any better ghost box than yours.
And it's quite handy when somebody dies, isn't it? You can put this spirit box on and you can just be like, who's there? And it will say the person that's died.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. So Shy Ghost has just said in chat the Yanni and Loro test. If I've got the video, and I actually used the Yanni and Loro in my video that I made about debunk, or the debunk question mark. It is not just debunked. I actually put that in and used it as an example that some people will hear Loro, some people will hear Yanni when it's said. So it makes it really, really interesting. We're not actually on YouTube anymore. We're on Facebook. We are running solely from Facebook because that's where our biggest crowd is, really, where our friends are. And you can find us, just Paranormal Voice on Facebook.
But Jane, I got a question, right? It's all very good debunking things, but I don't think that's very constructive for your career.
Well, you can look at it two ways, can you? You can play complete charlatan and make loads of money, or you can
Yes,
be
that's the only
honest
way.
and keep your integrity.
No.
No, that's a rubbish way.
See, there's two ways to do this, Jane. Yeah, you either have morals, yeah, and then you spend the next 26 years of your life trying to get to 5,000 subscribers, yeah, or you zhuzh it up a bit, yeah, and you get like 100,000 subscribers.
With a lot of money, you know, think of the money.
Somebody think of the money. There is money that you're missing out by debunking stuff.
Yeah, and all you need is a pocket full of nuts and bolts and some washers, and throw them quick when no one's looking. It's brilliant.
And a couple of pillowcases.
Oh.
And a clown.
Or you could just go around dissing everybody else's evidence and building our own up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that'll work.
We could do.
That's an excellent idea.
We might just nick that. You heard it from us first.
I think in our prime when we were putting stuff out, when we had an extra member to the team and I was a bit healthier and I could do more, we were getting sort of like, I think our most watched videos got something like 15,000 views on it. Each video we've got are older ones that are kind of been taken off of YouTube. I've got anything up to sort of like 10, 15,000 views now. So
That's a healthy lot of
we weren't
views.
doing bad. Yeah, we weren't doing bad, but it's not about numbers, is it? I mean, I know this blows your theory, Marky, but you know, it's not about numbers. It's about the quality of what you put out, and it's. I would rather interact with intelligent people than, you know, teeny boppers that are just watching for the scare. That's not what we're about.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Yes, I think that's disgusting what you've just said. I think we won't like any bobbers and all that shit.
Well, no.
I think we're just going to have to agree to disagree.
Yes, and you're wrong and we're right.
Yeah.
No, not Marky.
Yeah, stick with your morals and truth.
Tom, I know you've got a soft spot for me, so if it ever happens, then, you know, we're going to have to find some middle ground here.
Well, you know.
She likes middle ground. She likes middle ground.
Blush.
He's blushing because I can see his balls moving.
Yeah, exactly. They're getting a bit red.
They're getting a bit tight.
They're turning blue.
Right, so your question.
Yeah, this is an important one, yeah? Have you or have you not tried the spirit level that I pushed last week?
Or are you going to try it?
Yeah, it's worth a go.
I went and I found one in my husband's workshop, and it was the best piece of paranormal equipment I could find. I've never known anything like it, and that's coming from an honest paranormal investigator. Look, it's so good that Marky's just fainted. He's had to go offline.
You freaked him out.
There's two things there, yeah? The first thing is you said you had a husband. I'm not down with that.
Oh dear.
I thought it was me and you.
Well, you know, I was thinking of threesome.
Well, okay, okay, that's fine. You can do that. I'm glad you're enjoying the spirit. Marky's boy's back. Hang on. Where did you go?
The man, he's back.
It was a spirit. Must have knocked the internet off.
You just missed the best bit of the night.
Oh, you moved now. I was over there. You're over that side now.
They just did a strip for us. You just missed it.
I missed that. Was it a quick?
And Chris as well.
It was full on.
I got a good question. Now this is a good question. What's been your funniest moment when you've done your paranormal?
Go on, Chris.
Go again.
Not mine, but the funniest moment for me is anytime an investigator breaks wind in a silent room in the dark.
Silent but deadly in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Oh. And you can't find the person who's done it because you'll never find that out. Only the ghost can
Oh,
tell.
well, no, I can because there were only two of us in the room.
Oh, well, yeah. Did you take it? I bet you didn't take him again.
I think it's the spirit leaving you. I think it's the spirit that's come in you and it's leaving.
I may have been possessed. That's true. I didn't think of that. Thank you.
There we
The
go.
lock demon.
Wait, don't they say that demons smell of poop?
Yes, it's a demon.
Or
Dirty
sulfur or
demon.
something?
No. Demons are supposed to smell of like sulfur and like burnt
Yeah.
toast and stuff like that.
That
Yeah.
is true.
In eggs.
Close enough.
I don't know. I think the funniest moment for me was we were in a graveyard when I was able to walk around like graveyards and stuff like that. Sue and I took these little camp chairs to sit on, and Sue sat on a soft bit, and she literally fell off the chair and fell backwards. Yeah, it was like the most impressive roll I've ever seen. It was so funny. We didn't put it in the shot because she
The
didn't want it
paranormal
in.
commando role.
No, you put it in and you did the slow-mo replay on it.
That was hilarious. I don't think I didn't put it on. At least I didn't put it in on YouTube. Might have been on Patreon.
No, you put it on Patreon.
Yeah, but
I've got a good one. Have you ever seen a naked ghost?
Only the feet.
Like fully naked, because they're always clothed, aren't they? But there's got to be some naked. There's got to be somebody that's died naked.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think I have. Not fully naked, anyway.
Oh, that's not
Just
good.
topless. Just topless.
Topless. Ooh.
Don't you think that you should?
You should
What?
what?
See naked ghosts?
You'd see a naked ghost because that would get a lot of views on YouTube, innit?
Yes, it would.
Ooh.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I think if we could get a naked ghost on camera, that would just be, well, it would be amazing.
We'll have to try that, Tom. I'll get some of that white powder and cover you over, and you can go running down the bypass.
I would do that for you guys if you want a naked fat ghost. I could be that for you.
That'd be cool. That would do that on the
Only if
next
it's you,
video.
Tom.
Yes.
That would look quite good, couldn't it? We could get a calendar and everything with you on it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Your question, Tom.
My question is it? Okay. Okay. What are some of the challenges you find with paranormal voice or your day-to-day ghost hunting, if you have any?
I think our biggest challenge has been lockdown, keeping going during lockdown, to be honest. As with every team, everything's grinded to a halt, major halt. I think not communication, but obviously Chris is in America. He is part of our team. He did come over. He was due to come over maybe once or twice this year. I mean, we were hoping twice, last year rather. And obviously he couldn't get over. So the biggest downside is not investigating with Chris. But from my personal perspective, it's my health, because obviously I've got some ongoing illnesses that I've had for many, many years. I think every person has their own challenges and their own demons to work through with paranormal, whether that's belief, not belief, seeing things that scare them. But yeah, I think especially at the beginning, the biggest problem, which is slightly controversial with paranormal fake, is that everyone starts with an ego and everyone wants to be big and everyone thinks they're going to be the next Zach Bagans. I did, all the videos going, you gotta watch it, it's brilliant. I have tried a couple of times to clickbait, but I can't do it because my conscience just won't let me do it. But I think when you realise that you're not fighting for a space is when you can get down to real paranormal and you can relax and enjoy it more. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I think for me it's been not being able to get out really and investigate. I've had to put so many of them on hold. I am going to do that school I was telling you about a couple of weeks ago. There's a haunted school up not far from where I work, and they've got a child spirit that's supposed to be running around. So they've asked me to come in and see if I can figure out what's going on with her. But that's going to be the first one in a year and a half. So.
Well, you work a lot of hours, don't you?
I do work a lot of hours. That's the hazards of being salaried.
See, we're
Yeah.
quite lucky, you see, because the coronavirus hasn't affected, especially you, Marky. The rules don't apply to you, do they?
No, I can go out anytime I like, you see. They don't worry me. I see the police quite often, and they always go, "Oh, hello, Marky. Off on another investigation." I said, "Of course. Am I okay?" "Yes, carry on. No problems here. We're lucky, really, because I'm special."
Special.
Marky's definitely special.
So I've got a good one. Do you think you guys could maybe be brave enough to come on an investigation with us, guys? With us?
With you guys.
Why not?
Yeah. You
I
go.
think we should.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I could handle the supreme beings. I just don't know if I could handle it.
Oh,
I don't
don't
think
worry.
would there be enough room in the rooms for all of us to be in there? You know, that the egos are just my
I
ego.
know.
My ego wouldn't fit in the same room with theirs.
Oh well,
Well-
you know, I think it would be fine. I mean, every place here is haunted, isn't it? Like
Everywhere.
everywhere's haunted.
Yes.
So you know, we could
We,
fit somewhere.
we would absolutely love to.
It'd be brilliant.
Fabulous.
But I
think-
don't know if I could just
I think
be a
what
glory.
I think what you got to realize is that we will take you to the next level.
Yes,
Yeah.
Next level.
we've got to teach you a good few tricks, I think, of the trade, and you'll be fine. Just
You
stick
will
with
have to leave your conscience at the door.
Yeah. Good boy. Good boy.
No problem.
So that's your one.
Is it my question or is it yours, Mark?
It's mine. I've
Yeah,
got
but
a
Mark,
good one.
no one for ages, yeah.
Yeah. Right. This one's to both of you now, but I'll pass it first to Jane because this. Yeah. If a ghost got into bed with you and wanted to make mad, passionate love to you, what would you say?
Depends who it was and whether he was dressed as a Viking, really.
Oh, yeah, you like that TV show. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right.
But yeah.
You talking Ragnar Lothbrok?
Well, I wouldn't mind, a bit of Ragnar Lothbrok, obviously, but, there's plenty of others, yeah.
What happened to Floki came?
When Floki came, it was a bit of a mess, really.
You don't like Floki?
Well, I don't know, not particularly. He is the god of mischief, of course. Floki. No, he's not. That's Loki. No,
Cheating
Floki.
on Pole Dark already.
You what?
Said you're cheating on Pole Dark already.
Well, can't help it. Tom's next.
You need
Sorry,
to
Gillian. Tom's next.
I don't mind. That's
She likes the men, so you have to be careful, Tom.
Yeah, that's all right.
You'll get your heart broken again.
yeah,
I don't-
look at last time. It took me months.
It's fine.
Marky, you're safe. Don't worry.
Your question, isn't it?
So, where are we? This is a good one. Have you ever faked? If not, why not?
Why not?
You can answer that one, Chris.
Paranormal or otherwise?
Ah, all of it. Yeah.
All of it.
No and yes. And maybe and possibly and definitely possibly yes. No.
Not paranormal wise. Not paranormal.
I think that was perfectly clear, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't me, but if it was me, I wasn't there. And if I was there, it couldn't have been me because I was home in bed.
Precisely.
Yeah. And if you can't come, bring a note.
Or
How
blame it
about-
on the dog.
Yeah.
Dog's always good.
I always
Yeah,
blame
no.
it on Simon. Don't I, Simon? Yeah, you do. What? Yours, baby, what?
As regards,
How
as
about
regards
you?
sorry. As regards to paranormal, no, we don't fake. We that's why we don't. It's taken us 6 years to get 10,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. We don't fake, so our investigations are quite boring, really.
Oh dear, well, you definitely need to be taught a thing, don't they? They're just too on it.
It must be awful though when you get home after a hard day's ghost hunting and you go for all that foot and think, oh God, we didn't get anything. There's nothing there. That must have been so hard. For me, it's easy because I fiddle it, don't I? That's what I do. But it is depressing when you can't get enough.
No, I disagree. I quite like it because it proves that if you go to the same locations like we do, because we repeat locations, so that it's more scientific. Well, not scientific, but more reliable. We can prove that it didn't happen last time, so that potentially, if it does happen, say one every 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 times we go there, it's something more of an interesting phenomena.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting because at least, like with us, you can't believe a word of what we're saying. But with you guys, it's all legit.
Yeah.
And I think, you know,
Yeah.
you're going to earn yourself a space in heaven, isn't it?
Yeah. For
I
us,
don't
it's
believe
hard
in
work.
heaven, so it's okay.
Yeah, for us, it's hard work because we have to prepare everything. We have to think ahead and take strings, pulleys, sheets, and all sorts. It's really hard for us, you know. Perhaps we should start some real ghost hunting, Tom. It's easier.
In a way, we work harder than you because it takes a lot more effort for us to rig stuff up.
It
Yeah.
is
And that
hard.
brings me on to my next question, actually. Do you think you're putting enough effort in?
Oh, it depends what you're talking about effort. As into the paranormal, not at the moment, no, because none of us can do it. But did we put enough effort in an investigation? Absolutely.
Ooh,
Yeah.
rock
Maybe.
on.
Well, maybe you're not asking the right questions. Maybe sort of, is anybody there? You could say maybe could you touch me here, or stuff like that. Maybe it might be a frisky ghost.
Well,
You never know, and we do try to ask questions relating to the history and the the circumstances of any location. So each questions are tailored to each location.
Yeah, I think what we need to do is we need to write them a list of questions to ask.
Yeah.
Like, would you like to get in my pants?
yeah.
Tap yes for once for yes and 2 for no. Stuff like that. They might like it.
Yeah. I mean, the next game changer, though, is Gillian said in chat, is the spirit level. We've got to take a spirit level and try all these locations again, because I think it's just going to change everything that we do.
I think it would work. Yeah.
Bubble to see if there's a spirit there, and it will be amazing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
we need.
So whose
Well,
question is next?
I've got one for Chris. This is a good one. What advice would you give a woman with a ghost in a house that takes and hides her underwear and sex toys?
We can't hear you,
I think that
Chris.
stumped him.
We can't hear you. I think he's trying to do a and pretend like he's.
A vibrating infrared flashlight with rechargeable batteries.
Oh, that might help.
That way she can look for the ghost and find her underwear.
You've thought about it before, haven't you?
Hey,
He's put a lot of thought into that one, actually.
Yeah, it has.
I'm
Because it
quick.
does happen. It does.
Yes.
happen.
Just in case any of you invent them, I'm willing to try it. I'll test them.
So I've got a good one,
Prototype.
and this is for you, Jane.
Yeah.
We remember we watched one of your investigations. This is quite a while ago, and I think Mark will remember this. You all got quite scared, and everybody ran, and
Yeah.
they left you behind.
Yeah,
So
you were left on your own.
Yeah, you were trying to sort of hobble along. And I was just going to say, how did you feel when they did that? Do you remember that one?
I don't actually know.
I did. I cried all the way through it.
Anybody does see me, mate, I'll tell you. Well, they often leave me behind, but then again, I'm probably the bravest person in the team, to be fair.
It was in a cemetery. I remember it. And something happened, and you went, "Oh my god!" And they all legged it, and you were left in. I remember seeing it, and you came out on your own, and I thought, how brave.
But yeah, it doesn't bother me, to be fair. Takes a lot to bother me.
Right.
It's your one.
Feeling hot there, Tom?
Yeah, what's up, babe?
Hiya.
Hey. The beach is that way. Is it my question?
This is your question here.
Yeah, your question.
Okay. Are there any areas, of the paranormal that you haven't tried that you'd like to? For example, telekinesis, mediumship.
Ooh.
Any aspects of things you'd like to try?
Chris, you answer that one, mate.
I haven't tried dying yet, but at some point I'll give it a go.
Mark tried that. He doesn't recommend it.
No, it's easy.
Okay.
Well, I think it's the new equipment that Tom's coming up with. That's what I need to try. But of course, telekinesis, I still want to get that one down to a T. But I need a few more, a bit more catgutting, some fans blowing in the right direction and stuff. So still working on that one. I might need to ask you after.
Still having to go get your own cuppa, huh? You can't make it float to you yet.
No. Well, it will float to me in about 10, 15 minutes when Dave brings it in.
Well, I tell you what, I think we've got the master here of telekinesis expert. So I think, you could definitely teach them a little trick or two, couldn't you, about telekinesis?
I did. I did the TARDIS, and I made it fly, and it moved around. It was unbelievable, guys.
You
did.
did?
And the silver paper. I'll show you how he did it.
He was quite upset when he had to didn't you have to put a glass on there? You were trying to move it.
Oh, that was a pain. That didn't work very well. It didn't work very well.
It shielded the ghost happenings, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Let us know the rest of the tricks after the show, though, Marky. I definitely want to get more into fake telekinesis.
Yeah, I can teach you that. Brilliant.
Fakekinesis. It needs to be called fakekinesis.
Yeah, it's a good name for it, actually. Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
Fake is your trademark, so it's you could copyright it. So anyone else does it, you make money off of it.
Exactly. Ka-ching! Yes, it's a good idea because I really have practiced that so well now. I've got it to a fine art. Anyway, I've got a question for you. I'm going to start with Chris. Have you have you ever had a fit of the giggles on an investigation, laughed so much that everyone else laughed? You were all laughing yourself silly. And would you put it down to paranormal? You just, suddenly laughed. You couldn't stop. It wasn't anything that someone done. You just suddenly felt it within you to start laughing.
No.
No?
Only when somebody breaks wind. Then I'll bust laughing.
I was hoping you were going to say, it was paranormal. What about you, Jay? Come on.
Same thing, really. Same thing. I mean, when Chris came over in a couple of years ago, we had a lot of those laughs, to be fair.
Yeah. But somebody was breaking a lot of wind, too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, they did it in Most Haunted, didn't they? And they all started laughing. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Sometimes it can't be helped. I'm sure there are times that we've all laughed and we've lost the plot of it. Sometimes it can't be helped. For some people, it's nerves. For some people, it's just real investigating is monotonous, and sometimes you just need to break that falling asleep moment, really. So it can happen, and there's mass hysteria. You could look at it on the point of a psychological point, or you could look at it on I guess a paranormal point. I've known people that have laughed and laughed and laughed, and they believe they've had some type of, not possession, but some spirit near affecting them.
Yeah, I go with that one. Yeah. We had a good laugh, didn't we, Tom? That time when you choked on your kebab.
Mark, have you noticed that your curtain's moving behind you?
Is it?
It's paranormal. It was moving.
Yes.
Oh, it's a natural thing here. This house is full of ghosts. It really is. There's no one there.
Every day's a haunting, isn't it, Marky?
Every day's a holiday. You take me to a paranormal investigation and I'll show you a ghost. There's a ghost right here with me now. I'll show you the ghost. Hello. There you go. Just shook my hand.
Was it Simon pulling the curtain over?
No, it wasn't me, Mark. Honestly, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't Simon. No. He's not in the room. I couldn't see anything. I think he was pulling my leg.
No, genuinely, your curtain moved. I swear, down, your curtain moved.
Oh, it's a ghosty.
We don't like the real
It's
stuff.
a real one.
Oh, I don't like real ghosts. I really shit myself right now, guys. Look.
Oh,
I've got that one going to the tea.
that was very good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh.
Mark, I reckon you should make that as a ringtone, innit?
It could be a good one, couldn't it? Yes, I think that would work. I think the intro would make a good ringtone, actually.
Yeah, we should do that. Definitely.
Yeah.
So my next one. Have you ever encountered ectoplasm, and did you like the taste?
Sorry, we're concentrating on that curtain in the background. It's moving, I swear. It's moving.
No, there's nothing moving. I can't see anything moving.
Well, and your lights.
Oh, hang on, there is something.
It is moving.
There it goes again. Ooh.
Stop it.
Oh, demon.
Do you want to tell you, God?
He was talking about ectoplasm.
Oh yes. So have you ever encountered it, and did it taste nice?
Chris, you can answer that one, mate.
Yes, and it was delicious.
Oh.
Chris
Yes.
takes a lot of ectoplasm.
Well, I suffer with it many nights. I wake up and it's just all over my face. It's terrible.
It's when it gets stuck in your hair, it's a problem.
Yes, and then I see Tom, heavy breathing, stood next to me, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he just said, "Well, I've seen you've got ectoplasm."
I give you two choices. On the face, or in the mouth.
Dear.
Well, there is that. I mean, if you look at Doris Stokes, she used to swallow ectoplasm, but she used to regurgitate it.
Oh.
Who?
Doris Stokes, she was one of the first famous mediums.
Yeah, she was. There was another one called something Collins as well, wasn't there?
Oh, not Colin Fry. No, what's his name?
No, it was
Doris
Collins.
Stokes was like 100 and odd years ago. She used to
Yes.
swallow fabric
That's
and
right.
regurgitate it to seem like it was ectoplasm.
Oh,
Sounds like a mother-in-law trick.
You what?
Sounds like a mother-in-law trick.
I'm being nice about my mother-in-law, so I'm not going to say nothing.
Right, whose question is it?
it's Marky's question now.
Ooh. Okay. Have you had things go missing before going to a location? Like the spirits are trying to prevent you from going. Like your car keys go missing. So any small things that you really need to take with you and it's not there.
Yep, and it's absolutely paranormal.
Yes.
Yes.
What did you do? What was it?
Actually, one of my cameras.
Really?
Yep. Somebody put it in its case and put it away where it went, and I couldn't find it.
Ah.
Because, typical book. I come in, I set it, I expect it to stay wherever I put it. No, it was on a shelf.
Blimey.
It's not just that for you, though, is it? Your keys go missing on a regular basis.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, yeah, they do. They do.
Is your place haunted then, where you are?
It wasn't when we moved in. It is now, but I collect a lot of haunted objects. So I have about 15 in the house.
That Baggins does that.
Yes, I've seen that. I haven't moved any demons in yet. I leave all those for Zach.
Yeah. With his he got one of those Kevorkian car things as well. He bought it and renovated it.
Yeah, well, he's sleeping in it now. That's where he takes his dates.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you been to his museum, Zach Baggins?
No. Yeah, in Vegas. Yeah, nope. Haven't been there. Want to go, but haven't been there yet.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
We were only talking about it the other day, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
Because you're supposed to be going down there pretty soon, I believe.
Yeah, once I get my shots.
Gosh, maybe.
Where are you going to go to when you get there? What's the first place? Not the bar.
Oh no, probably Vegas.
Cool.
Fly to Vegas. Then
And
go
do
out.
Oh, you're not going to do a paranormal investigation there?
Maybe.
Ah.
There's got to be some place there that's haunted.
Oh, there's loads.
There's loads.
Yes.
There's loads.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, his keys go missing on a regular basis and his wallet before he goes to work. And it'll turn up in the same place. I don't know why I'm telling it. You should be telling it.
They do. Well, in all seriousness, I've got a basket that sits on my desk, and every day it's my wallet, my keys. When I come home, everything goes in there.
Do you think it's a warning saying, like, don't drive your car today because you might have an accident? Somebody's looking after you.
Maybe, but I doubt it. I think the spirits are just having a laugh. Because then I'll ask them, I'll say, hey, I'm late for work. I need my keys. Would you leave them where I can find them? And literally, I will look down, and they will be in front of me.
Oh.
And they weren't there before. Yeah.
Oh,
Happens quite a bit, actually.
Family member? Do you think it's like a family member, or do you think because obviously something's following you? Maybe.
Maybe it's one of the kids. I have 4 proud spirits under the age of 8 in the house.
Oh.
You know what? Yeah, that would piss me off if they kept moving my keys.
Yeah, but
Well,
you know,
it's
it's not like I can punish the kids. They're already dead.
yeah.
That is
Probably
true.
just being playful.
They're just being playful. You know, it's not. I can't turn off their supply of ectoplasm or anything like that, so they don't have anything to play with. But
You could put the keys down your pants.
That's a
and then
good
they would
idea.
never go there.
No, yeah, not.
no, but one of the others might.
Kids in
That's
pants
an
and stuff like that.
experiment. That's an experiment.
That's not an experiment.
I'll play hide the keys with the ghosts.
Yeah, what you should do is just put a few toys around. Say, leave me keys alone, but you can have the toys. Just
Yeah.
they might. That would be cool. Then put a video camera on the toys and see if they move.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do that.
Dinosaur.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dinosaur.
Order of magnitude dinosaur.
Yeah, we got that. You've got it, haven't you?
Yeah, we've got that. So Steph, because he's threatened, isn't he? Saying don't give that dinosaur to Jane. So we can give it to
did
you.
say that. I did. I was highly disappointed in that comment. Order, Riley. I was really disappointed in that because I was going to feed it to my snakes behind me.
Ooh.
What
Down
snake
there.
is it?
What snake is it? There's 7 of them behind me.
7.
Those rats.
Tom's
they're
got-
really back.
Yeah,
They're
Tom's
really-
got a snake.
I do like sizable snakes. It has to be said.
Yeah, he's got a trouser snake. They're rare, apparently.
You know what? I also used to have like another snake. It was like a royal python.
That's what I've got.
It was so aggressive though when you put food near it, and eventually it just escaped in my house somewhere, and I was gutted. I never saw it again.
A good
I don't
feeding.
know how, because it had like the cage with the lock and everything, and it just somehow escaped.
Probably out one of the back vents normally.
Oh yeah, it did have vents actually.
They normally pull them off.
Oh, there you
Wonder
go.
what happened to it. Goodness.
Never saw it again. I was proper gutted as well.
I'll show you them after.
Yeah.
So whose question isn't next?
I got another one.
Yeah, go on, you do yours.
Gillian wants to know: Does Tom's snake spit?
Oh,
Only when
quite
it's
violently, I think.
Only when it's what?
when it's excited.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask Jane earlier on. I think we crossed on this before. When someone dies, right, they wear the same clothes. Have they got a changing room in the spirit world so they can sort of change of what they died in? You know, because people always see a lady in a blue dress or in a grey dress, or sometimes lady in red. What is the colour significance? Why do they have different clothes?
It is my thought that we can be whatever we want to be in the spirit world. We can potentially go back to a time that we were happiest in our lives, you know, an age, certain age. And I guess if you can do that, then you can change your clothes at a thought, because there's nothing physical there. So is it just a thought form? Is it the way we perceive things? Because they're not actually dressed, but that's the way that we see the figure, because obviously pareidolia plays a big part in the paranormal. If we see a figure, a spirit, we could see it as a blue mist, and we assume that could be a blue dress. We could see it on a white background. We could see it on a dark background, which is why we may see shadows, especially in the dark. I don't know. Is it our mind perceiving it certain ways? Are they actually dressed in that? It's a hard question to know. What are your thoughts, Chris?
Well, I certainly hope so, because I'm taking my trainers with me when I go.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You'd have loads over there, wouldn't you? We have a field up.
It could be buried in the shoebox, Chris.
Wardrobe.
Hey, you know, needs a trunk all their own. You know, I'm going to be packed and ready to go. But yeah, I think spirits can appear however they want.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
So, yeah.
So I've got a good question. You know that thing that they like to do with the water, where they spin it and they take pictures to see whether there's any spirits. Do you believe in that, or do you think that's fakery?
I don't necessarily believe people are faking when they do it, but I think it's just random shapes. It's kind of the same with the spirit box. When you hear something you want to hear, the same within shapes of water. What it's actually called is water ITC, which is come on, Chris, instrumento. You need a
transcommunication something. Yeah,
that's it. That's all it is. You need a reflective bowl, so normally a steel bowl. You need a light on top of it, so you're getting reflections. You spin the water and use the ripples, take photos, or take a video of it and cut down each frame if you've got like a video editor or whatever. And I think it's possible to just see whatever shapes you want to, really. Like looking at a pair of flowery curtains, you can make a face out of it.
That's true. That's very true.
But
we need to try it, don't we, really? We've not even tried that yet.
That should be our next video, actually.
Definitely, Marky should be doing water ITC, because there's so much you can do with it, Marky. There's so much fakery you can do with it.
You know,
Yeah,
and a really good tip: put a picture in the bottom of the bowl first before you spin the water.
Brilliant.
My goodness, Chris, do you want to join us? We think you're quite...
You're an expert.
I think you've got the right stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that is brilliant. That is really good. I'm going to try that.
It's yours.
Marky's next video will be now.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I could just put Elvis in the bottom of it. I've got a picture of him somewhere on the wall.
Yes.
So is it my question?
it's your question, Tom.
Or is it yours, Marky?
I'm running out. I've got one here. Right. Right, Jane. Would you ever go on a date with a handsome ghost? And where would you go? If you could physically see the ghost, you said, let's go for a date. Where would you go to?
Yeah, why not? Why not? I believe that the soul should connect.
Yeah.
So where would I go? Well, obviously, I'd want to be wined and dined, and treated like a lady.
You'd have to be inconspicuous, though, because nobody else would see it.
I talk to myself anyway. It's the most intelligent conversation I have during the day, so it's not really going to be any different than normal.
Yeah, you could have a round for baked beans on toast, I suppose. Invite him over, it'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Romantic evening. Uh-huh.
I mean, he could go all out and take me to McDonald's.
Oh, boy, that McDonald's.
I know that's your move, Mark, but you know the spirits are picking it up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea, though. You know, I think it's. I'm sat on the fence. You know, where like people get married to these so-called ghosts and things like that. I'm a bit sat on the fence with that. You know, I mean, I've not wanted to marry one of them yet, so you know.
It
But
does seem.
Go on, Jane.
It does seem a bit far-fetched to marry a ghost. I mean, in all seriousness now, we all believe in some form, all of us here, that there are spirits. So potentially, if you've got something on the other side and a medium that claims they can speak to this spirit on a date, on a personal basis, then I would guess you could potentially fall in love. But marrying it just seems bizarre because there needs to be two physical people. I mean, sounding like you can fall in love with a ghost is totally nuts. But look at it from this point, right? If you've had a long-term partner or married to somebody, you know, for say 50 years and they die, you still love that person in the spirit world. You know, my gran used to talk to my granddad, and we don't find that odd. She would pat his pillow every night and talk to him. We don't find that odd. So, you know, there's so many levels on that. Does it make somebody clinically insane or, you know, have issues? I don't know. But
this is a good question. Can you get an STD from a ghost lover? I think
spectral transmitted disease. I'm quite sure you could.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, time to think about that one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Jane, you know what? Yeah, sometimes I think to myself, you know, like in some cases, yeah, people like they have been diagnosed with like mental problems and stuff like that, and they say they see things. I have always wondered whether they are actually seeing things, you know, and then but it's been classified as, you know, mental illness and that, but they're actually seeing stuff that no one else can see. I wonder if that's a possibility, you know.
It has been an age-old debate through nursing for many, many years, because I've done a very small stint in mental health in nursing, and it has been an age-old thing. Some people believe it is, some people believe it isn't. Obviously, the brain is a functioning matter. Obviously, there's the debate in the paranormal too. You'll have all the mediums say, well, they're probably speaking to people. I can tell you from personal experience, I don't know whether there's a lady that I know, of an old school friend of mine, who was diagnosed with bipolar and some other issues. She used to self-harm. She said she used to hear the voices and they would tell her to harm herself and do bad things to herself. And I spent a little time with her, and we had some big heart-to-hearts, and she went and got herself sorted, because I was looking at it from a medical point of view. And then she met somebody whose mother was a medium. She was still clinically depressed. She had all these issues ongoing, and the mother, that would have been the mother-in-law at the time, started getting her to learn mediumship. And now the woman is the most level-headed woman that I know. She's off her meds. She's doing really well. Was she talking to spirits? Is it a mental health condition? I honestly couldn't say. It's a really difficult one. So it is an age-old thing in the paranormal. Say age-old, but you know, it is something debated. Yeah, definitely debated.
So in that particular case, it seems like it could have been a paranormal thing.
Potentially, yes. Potentially. Yeah. Is
Very
it something they reckon by the time you reach 50, I think it is, that depression generally starts to go away anyway. I don't know about that, because I know people older that have got mental health issues, but yeah, I don't know.
Very interesting. Okay.
So I say I'm over 50 and I'm not depressed.
There's no way you're over 50.
I am.
No.
No.
30.
53.
Are you bollocks?
You look about 30.
I swear to God, I'm 53.
Hey, what's your secret?
Yes.
Hair dye.
Pilates?
Hair dye,
Ectoplasm.
ectoplasm.
Fair play, man. Looking good.
Yeah. Thanks.
I got a good question for you both. Do you both believe in mediums?
And larges.
In what?
And larges. I believe in smalls and larges too.
No, right, okay. You know what? Yeah, it took me about to repeat that for my brain to actually figure out.
Me too. Me too. I was like,
I
I'm
got it
so
straight away because I'm a medium.
It's that accent. I'm still getting used to it, and I've known him years now. I'm still getting used to it.
That is a good question, though, Sally. What is your take on mediums? You know, all these mediums like you see on TV. What do you reckon?
I've actually gone through and done some training as a medium, so I believe they're real. I think mediums can be really good, but I don't think they're right all the time. I think, obviously, I've known mediums that have said they've done it for the money on TV. I'm not going to repeat names, but I know they openly said they've done it for money on TV in conversations. So, is it real on TV? Yeah, most of it is. It's just the small minority that lets everyone down. Is there a real thing where we can connect to spirit? I don't know. I would say so. Do we have a higher power that we're using or connecting to? I don't know what it is. I don't know about you, Chris.
No, I think that there's a lot of fakes out there. There really are, but I think there's some genuine mediums.
Yeah.
You know, ones that are really legitimately having communication with whatever it is, you know, but they're having communication with something. So,
I mean, the most legit medium I know is Marky Twat.
Conduit to the spirit.
Yes.
Oh, God.
The biggest medium twat that I know.
There you go. There you go.
My thing is about mediums, and obviously I'm one, but my thing is if a medium is real, then why do they have to say, I'm getting like a George, it begins with a J? If the spirit's really speaking to them, surely they should really know the name.
Yeah.
Why do they never give you full-on evidence, like say, by the way, you've lost your ring, it's in the cupboard behind blah blah. But they don't. They give these wishy-washy answers.
Do you want to answer this one, or do you want me to do it, Chris?
Go for it.
So it would depend on the way that the medium would be communicating, because you've got so many different voyants, basically. You know, clairvoyance. You can be sentient. You can hear. You can feel. You can touch. You know, a clairvoyant may see videos. They may not hear spirit, so they're piecing what they can see. It's almost like looking at a video in your mind. Some just get thoughts in their mind. That could be the strongest thoughts. I used to do readings, and I would say 95% of my readings are right. Not all of them were. I don't think it's possible because you have off days. Maybe 90% even. I think any medium that claims to be right all the time are total bullshitters, apart from Marky, of course. But it depends how they relay the message. You know, when I used to do readings, I always asked for a memory because I would see it. I would ask for a memory from a childhood of the person one of the earliest memories of the person that's passed and the person that's still alive. And I would give a whole scenario of I like to give how the person dresses, the deceased person dresses, particular pieces of jewellery that may have been passed on through the family. Very sort of I would ask the type of belt buckle, the type of ring, the type of watch. Not just, I wouldn't say it's just a watch. I would say the watch is this, it looks like this, it's got this. The person's got such and such type of hair. Sometimes I would get names, but a lot of the time I don't. Because although I hear, I don't necessarily hear all the time. So I think to be a valid medium, and I'm not going to say good because I don't think anyone can ever really say they're good because, like I said, I don't think anyone's ever going to be 100% right. But to be a valid medium, I think you need to give enough information, personal information, to make the reading valid. That would be my point. I mean, I know you do mediumship, Chris.
Yes and no. I mean, I hear and see things occasionally. Most of it's around the house. I don't do it when I investigate. It's kind of a hereditary thing in my family. And I think, but one of the problems with legitimate problems with mediums is social media. And we put so much bloody personal information out there that you can say, okay, this is this picture's of my grandmother, or this was my grandmother's ring, or my grandpa, whatever. And people can, if they're going to scam you, can pick up on this. This is what they do. You know, so are times that there's going to be, you know, sometimes they're going to be able to figure out personal information if they have enough lead time for it. Now, I know Marky would never do that. You know, 100% legitimate here. But, you know, even so, I think that it needs to be, whatever the validation is, it needs to be something that there is absolutely no way anyone could know except the deceased person and the person you're doing the reading for.
Yeah.
See, the thing we say is, or the thing I say, I mean, I think you say it too, is never feed a medium. It was what I was always taught.
Yeah.
You know, if you go in to have a reading, anybody watching this, you go, on a serious note, if you go in to have a reading and you've got a medium asking questions, don't tell them anything, but make sure they also offer a refund policy. I know Marky doesn't offer a refund policy because he doesn't need to, but make sure they offer some type of refund policy, but always go on word of mouth as well. You know, from friends, if they've had a reading, you know, it would be, that's the way forward. Don't just go in blind. So Saga Courtney says, I'm starting a movement, get Jane off.
No.
Yeah. It's because I'm nice and honest, that's the thing. But we love Marky, so that's why we're here.
No,
Jane, you've got a question.
No, Jane can get herself off.
Of course.
So somebody had a question here. Is that what is called being a sensitive? As I get a certain feeling and not words, but in images.
Potentially, I think it depends on the level of what you're experiencing. If you're just maybe seeing certain things and you're getting the odd image, it could be called being empathic, which is more feeling, sensing. Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Yes.
Oh, Mark, you got any more?
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay.
Right. Because you know, in the paranormal world that everybody uses, they call it, what's the word? Paranormal health and safety. What would you do and what precautions would you have if you was on an investigation and one of your members got possessed by a demon? What would you do?
Panic?
Well, yeah. Holy water, maybe?
Obviously, we'd film it. Most
Yeah.
important thing is filming it. Marky, you know how important filming it is.
It is, even if they're suffering. It's brilliant views.
Absolutely.
That's why we carry duct tape. You got to tape them to the chair first.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Can we get possessed by demons?
Only if you. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Oh,
Only if you're that baggins.
Yeah, yeah.
You always get possessed by demons every episode, isn't it?
Always.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Mark is, but I think for everyone else that's not special, and and Sally and other people, I have had a personal experience, but I think it was more psychological. I think a lot of possession is more psychological than it is paranormal, honestly.
Mm.
Because you see them on the video, don't you? Or it's a church. They're all screaming and waving their arms around, aren't they? And they put their hand on them and put a cross on them and all the rest of it. There was that movie, wasn't there? What was that movie called? The famous one. Tom will know what it is. Yeah, it was the one. Yeah. Was that based on a real thing, or was that not real?
I mean, that's exactly how every exorcism would go, I'd imagine. Spinning head, violently sick everywhere.
Peace soup everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Marky, you must have experienced that lots of times.
Yeah. I take it with a pinch of salt now. I did. Simon had a bit of a funny turn, and but he's okay now. His head went round a couple of times, but it went back in the right place at the end. I straightened it out for him. Pity he had his coat on back to front though. Did hurt a bit.
Well, yeah. That question that's just been pulled up by TF. So empaths would be better. Paranormal would be better on Paranormal Hunt than other ESP, as they would feel anything before. Potentially, it depends on your preference and what you want to use it for, whether you want to use any particular gift or not. I mean, are all these gifts, are we just connecting to each other rather than connecting to the spirit world? Nobody actually knows what we connect to. Do we just connect our minds? Are we connecting to another realm? We don't know what it is. But there is statistical information that mediums will get things right. Some, and they're in studies as we talk, doing studies with scientists. Not everyone's right. I was never right all the time. I come up with wrong stuff. The same as every other medium. And if anyone tells you different, they're bullshitters. Apart from Marky.
Marky is the only number one.
That is why, because Marky is 100% all the time.
Yep.
I know. I get people come to me all the time.
Yep, and nothing to do with that 20-page questionnaire that all of his clients fill out first.
Yeah, I know. That's the handy that is.
Absolutely.
And don't pay any attention to the reviews on websites.
Absolutely.
No. It's all lies.
All lies.
Never trust Trustpilot, ever.
Exactly. So I think, what's next for you guys then? What have you got coming up in the future? What's next? What's your plans, goals, aspirations?
Well, we're hoping Chris will come back across as soon as he's allowed. We will try and get some more investigations, providing my health is okay, because I've got some ongoing issues at the moment. I'm actually doing a podcast, a video podcast with a friend of mine. That is hopefully going to will earn us some money eventually. As for investigating, we'll see what happens when lockdown is finished, because I need to be in health, and we need to be able to get Chris over. The rest of the team need to be able to rock up. So we'll see what happens. We are planning stuff. We did have some big locations we were going to book for this year, but we don't want to book at the moment in case we do go back into lockdown. We don't want to lose deposits, because we're not talking like 20 quid. We're talking 150, 200 pound deposits for some local locations. But hopefully we will get one or two investigations under our belt. We'd love Chris to come over this year. And maybe we'll get some videos up if we do get some small investigations on our Facebook page.
Yeah, we've talked about Scotland too, but that's all going to depend, like you said, on your health and travel distances and all kinds of stuff. So
depends on my kidneys and stuff. Yeah.
But we look forward to seeing the stuff that you produce.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
Definitely.
And of course, the highlight of the year will be, if we can arrange it, is Investigate with Paranormal Fake, because it will take us to that next level.
Yeah.
Will take us to that next level.
We'll be at the top then.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We will push you. We'll push you up, and Get some good evidence.
Bloody
We
hard
don't
pushing
do
me
that
up.
with everybody, you know. You are special in our hearts, so we'll do that for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If
And we'll
you can
do it
push me up, then you're strong people. Saga
We'll do
Courtney.
that for you, won't we?
Saga Courtney. Jane is possessed. Absolutely. All the time. All the time. I'd love to know who you are, Saga. Give us your name.
I love a good possession.
Absolutely.
Who are you, Saga Courtney? Saga Courtney.
I was going to say Max then, but Marky likes being entered. Definitely.
Yeah.
The ramming.
Yeah.
I
Demons do
recommend
take a
it.
toll, but you never see the money.
No.
You what?
I said demons do take a toll, but you never see the money.
No, they don't give you anything.
They just take, innit?
Yeah.
Never give back.
Can you, Marky? Can you tell us about your spunkybus? What happened at the
Oh,
ram?
that was terrible. The bed levitated at first, and I was on the bed laying quite naturally as you would on a ghost hunt. And I just gently turned on my side because I had a bit of a twinge. And all of a sudden, I felt these hands behind me pulling, and it was the thrust and the pace it was going, guys. It was very painful. Before you know it, ectoplasm everywhere, guys. I couldn't walk out the place. I had to have a wheelchair to get me out, guys. Honestly, it was really bad.
It was like
true.
soft porn, I think, wasn't it? The video, the way it moved your leg up ever so gently, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost like you wanted it to happen, actually, Mark.
first you
Yeah.
were it, but
I
then
felt that way. It was like one of those corn cob things going up. It was really, really painful, guys.
Gosh.
But when you relaxed, it was you said it was enjoyable.
Yes, it didn't feel too bad then.
When he stopped fighting, yeah.
Yeah. Massage the prostate. I was fine after that, guys.
Do you think you'll go back, Mark, and have it done again?
Bit of milking.
I don't know. Perhaps next time if I go in, I'll take Tom to let him have the full experience. I'm sure you'll appreciate it.
It can just caress Tom's chin, you know.
Well, yeah.
I'd be up for that, you know.
You'd be a hit, Tom.
I know.
Especially with those
I'll try
magnets.
anything once.
Exactly. This is it. I wouldn't mind.
Absolutely.
So-
If we arrange to go back there, come back with us. Or maybe we
Yes.
can arrange a night at the inn
Yeah.
for Paranormal Fake and Paranormal Voice.
Yeah,
I tell you
we'll get
what,
there.
I think if we rocked up in these masks, I believe that we might get some real ghostly activity because it's almost like they'd be thinking we're mocking them.
Yeah. I like to wear my big cross. I've got a big cross. Big one. Not this big.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
you
all right,
never know.
I reckon.
I think that's a date.
It's
Yeah.
so big we could probably pin Chris to it.
Yeah.
You know, is that short? It would probably work quite well. But yeah, come on, Saga Courtney, we're still waiting for your name.
Boy,
We
I
left
am
you
not
alone.
that short.
You are short. You're a whole foot
I'm
shorter
shorter.
than me.
It's not my fault you're a damn Amazon.
Well, I am 6 foot, or just under 6 foot.
No.
Yeah.
I'm 5'11", yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm as tall as I am wide, yeah.
I'm 5'8".
I was 6 foot.
I'm 6'2".
That's a
Are
lie.
you really 6 foot? I thought you were about 5'4".
With Tom.
Oh dear. Oh
Oh,
dear.
he's 6'2", and that's not his height.
No. I honestly thought you were about 5'4", 5'5". I don't know
You're
why.
trying to say I'm a hobbit.
No, I'm talking about Marky. Oh, no, I
Oh,
can't
no,
believe
six
it.
foot
Right
tall.
then.
I need a man with big feet.
I've got big hands. Does that help?
Well, it depends how you're using them, doesn't it?
They
Only for
always say
spreading the
it's not
ectoplasm.
like you are.
Ian Sophia, thanks for joining, Spiritual Phantom. There's a question from Saga Courtney there. Do ghosts and zombies work together? Very good question. What makes a zombie work?
Brains.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
What drives the brains, though?
They say
More brains.
they're actually real, aren't they? In certain countries, that a zombie is not, obviously they don't go eating brains, but they say that they. Where is that?
There
It's
is
like-
Africa, isn't it?
No, there's a small tribe in Malaysia, where it's more of a village now. They bury their dead. They dress them up really smartly, and thereafter, every year at a certain point in the year of celebration of the dead, they have coffins, but they hang them from cliffs, so the people are up on cliffs, and then each year they climb these cliff faces. They take them out of the coffins, and they walk the dead back to the village where they change the clothes, they wash them down, obviously get rid of decomposition. Although saying that, the photos that I've seen, the decomposition of these what they call zombies are really, really good. I don't know if it's because they change the clothes, because they dry out the coffins, or I don't know, but that's what they do. Yeah, they actually walk the dead back to the village, not in the coffins a lot of the time, out of the coffins, and they put them in new clothes.
There we go.
You know a lot about everything, innit?
Yes, you're the person to come to when we need answers.
It's really, really interesting. Really interesting. Worth looking up on the internet.
Yeah, we'll have to do that, innit?
Yes, I think so. Actually, somebody's put something here for Marky, I think, up there. I've always hoped Beetlejuice would come in and communicate with Marky.
Oh, Beetlejuice. Yeah, you've got to say his name several times, haven't you, when he appears? Is that right? I think it's right.
Well, sorry, I was
Wasn't the
reading.
movie.
3 times.
Yeah, that's
Beetlejuice,
it.
Beetlejuice.
He's behind you.
I was too young to remember Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah, I remember Beetlejuice.
I remember
forget who
Beetlejuice
played.
when I was a kid. Thank you.
Her cuppa
That's
just
why I
floated
just
in.
bring him
Did
on.
you see that?
Yeah, I saw that one come in then.
Yeah,
my
it just
God.
flew right in.
It's
Got a ghost to do
paranormal.
with it.
Yeah, that's Paranormal Dave.
You've got him well trained, I have to say. It's, that's very good. Under the thumb. I need to get this one right underneath the thumb there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Bit of whipping, he'll enjoy it. It'll be yours to do if you want.
Well, it's not fun if there's not the whip.
Exactly.
Chris would
You've
know.
got any more questions, Marky?
You know what? My face is melting in this mask, you know.
I've run out of questions. I haven't got any left now.
No.
I've done them all, I think.
So, see, this is my chat show side coming out of me now. Marky, what do you have planned for the next year?
I'm going to have another coronavirus jab soon. And then I'm going to go... I don't know. I'm going to do more ghostly haunted locations. I would like to go back to the spooky forest and the screaming woods. That's something I want to do. That's pretty good, actually, because it's only at my back garden. It works every time. But I don't know. What would you reckon, Tom? Where should we go? We should go out and do an investigation.
I think we should do an investigation all together. It's coming, isn't it? We're going to be able to go out soon.
Yeah.
And
I want to do some investigations in these proper places. So Ramin, definitely. All of these places, yeah, because like Sally was saying, yeah, I got this strange feeling that because of the way we look, yeah, it could drum up some interest paranormal, and maybe we wouldn't have to fake so much, because I think we'd get there and they'd see us and they'd be like, I want to fuck with these guys, because they're so weird.
We could go to the Jamaican Inn.
And I think that would be interesting.
I would like to go there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the Jamaican Inn I've seen in your life was awesome, innit?
Thank you. If you come down this way, I will take you to some free locations where we would hopefully get activity. Obviously, it can never be guaranteed. But of course, it will be with Marky there. There's some locations we could visit that we could go to if you wanted to come down for a couple of nights.
Yes, definitely.
That would be
think
cool.
we'll definitely do that.
That sounds good.
We'd be up for it.
And you said free.
So we wouldn't.
Absolutely free, because we know expenses is a real bugbear of Marky. So you know, and not paying anything. So we'll, if you come down, you'll have to drive. Obviously, I can't drive because I'm half blind. So we'll go to some locations and we'll do some filming for Paranormal Fake and maybe a bit of Paranormal Voice.
Yeah, I love that. Definitely.
As soon as we come out of lockdown, it's a date. We should definitely do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Absolutely. I'll discuss them with you afterwards.
Yeah.
Sophia's mum, Spiritual Phantom, says Jane mum said she'll take you all up the valley.
Ooh.
I never refuse an
Mum
offer like
taking
that.
people up the valley.
Yeah, I never refuse an offer like that. There is a place where there's been a lot of, it can be done, but we would have to do it seriously because there's been like suicides and stuff there. But yeah, it's one we can go to for sure. So yeah,
And you got to take them to the airfield.
yeah, gonna take him to the airfield. Take you up to the old air control tower. That is brilliant, really phenomenally active. We'll take you up there. You just hear voices out of thin air. You don't need to fake them, Marky. They just happen out of thin air, and several people hear them at once. In my opinion, it's one of the most haunted places that I've ever been to. You can stand there, ask for something, and you'll get a voice back. I've never experienced anything like it. I want bigger groups to come down and do it.
That would be cool. Have you ever had, since you've been doing the panel, have you ever had anything follow you home?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it cause problems? Or?
Yeah, it stopped me investigating for about 5 years.
Oh, yeah. What's the things did it do? Depression or?
No, it was, there was a lot of poltergeist activity, but it was scratching and growling, and it really caused issues. Yeah, caused issues at home. So I stepped back for about 5 years and then got back into it. You can't, for me, once you do this for real, once you're an investigator, you're an investigator. You really can't get away from it. You know, there's something that always pulls you back. So, yeah, but
yeah,
I know something followed Jane home once.
Yeah, there's been
that's a freaky story.
One of my very first investigations was at Woodchester Mansion. I just started. I was doing the whole Zach Bacon things and being a complete and utter prick, and I could see this thing stood in the corner just looking at me, and I was like, and it was menacing. It felt menacing. I was like, what the fuck do you want? And, you know, doing the whole most haunted thing. I left that area. We come home. It was a night or two after, and I was laid in my bed. Everything just went ice cold. It's like a scene at Harry Potter when the Dementors come. And this thing was over me, and it looked like a Dementor. This was before they all happened in, like, Harry Potter, but it looked like a Dementor with no face. I was ice cold. I was on the phone to a medium at 3:00 trying to get this thing out of my house. Scared the living crap out of me. Really scared the living crap out of me.
But do you not worry about that happening again then? Or you're used to it now?
No, because I'm not stupid enough to stand there and goad it. You know?
No, I think I would be praying very, very quickly, I think.
My butthole was like...
Yeah. That was the same to me when I went to the Ram Inn.
That happened to you, Mark, when you got scratched by the demon, bruv.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That was scary, that was. That was really scary, scary stuff. But I tell you one thing I've learned with investigating. It's better in the daytime because there's lights and it's brighter and you don't feel so scared. So what would you prefer? Would you prefer daytime investigation or doesn't it bother you at nighttime? Which would you? Because spirits are there all the time, aren't they?
Yeah.
I believe they're there all the time. I go daytime investigating. The only issue with daytime investigating is you need to be somewhere quiet because if you're in a built-up area,
Yeah, people.
in an urban setting, there's going to be noise. If you're in the middle of nowhere, then there's no issue.
Yeah.
I would rather go during the day because I'm a lightweight and I like my bed. So there's no need to go
Yeah.
at night. Well, I can get the same results during the day. It seems pointless unless I'm looking for a spooky atmosphere.
Yeah, because of course the summertime comes around. You got to wait till sort of 11 o'clock before you can go out before it gets dark, and then by the time you get home, it's about 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Exactly. But if you turn your night vision on, Marky, during the day, no one knows any different.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've done that a few times. Tom's good at doing that as well.
Yeah.
We do that in the editing software.
Yeah.
It's got like a night vision effect, and we just put that on.
Yeah, you can do that as well. It works. But
What you can do with a video editing software, you know.
you can get. I mean, I don't know what software you use. I don't know whether you've got what have you got, Mac or have you got Windows?
I got Mac, and I use Final Cut Pro, and then sometimes we use Filmora.
Yeah, definitely Final Cut Pro. You can do lots in Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could fake loads in Final Cut Pro.
Well, we do.
I used to use Final Cut Pro.
You can in DaVinci Resolve too, because that's what I use.
Nice.
Yeah.
I never heard of that one, but we'll look that up. I wonder if that might be easier to do the fakeness in it. So we'll try that as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. There you go. Diabolical Witness. It's easy to fake stuff with infrared because the strings don't show up as much.
Yeah.
I've
And
tried
if you
it.
use an old camera as well, it's brilliant.
And,
Yeah.
and fishing line works even better because it's clear.
Yeah. I've always said I would try stuff to debunk, like, paranormal fakers and stuff like that. Company excluded, obviously, but I've never tried it. I don't know if catgut or fishing wire line does show up on night vision.
Yeah, cotton's the best thing to use. I know it can snap, but if you get a bit thicker, it's brilliant.
Nice. Especially if you use a low quality camera, it must work really well.
It works
yeah.
brilliantly. In actual fact, I've got a video coming out on Saturday, and you wouldn't believe the activity we had in that. That was a home investigation. I'm not going to say any more, but it's going to be a good one.
I look
If you
forward
can
to
get
it.
one, if you can get one that has it's only like 3 or 4 megapixel,
Yeah,
that's the bomb right there.
perfect.
Tom, how are the inventions going with the string pulling the ball? Are they working anymore? Are they, you're still progressing the research on that?
Yeah, we're still doing that, but we're always looking at new and exciting ways to fool the audience. Yeah. So like Mark said, in an upcoming video this Saturday, you'll see some good stuff in it. But rest assured, we're always working on new tricks, make it look real.
Yeah.
And as in the future, you're going to see more and more of that. Me and Sally are going to try and get on the camera a bit more because we got a lot of stuff going on. We do a lot of offline fakery where you see Mark doing the online fakery stuff. So we're going to try and get on camera a bit more in it and do this kind of stuff.
Definitely. It'd be easier when there's no lockdown, I think, as well.
That's where we could get out and play then.
I personally think Marky hogs the camera too much.
Yeah,
he doesn't like it if you're in front of the camera for too long.
yeah. It's like Simon. This is the technique I use. Simon's here, and I sort of just go, "Yes, Simon. Out of the way, Simon." And it works brilliantly. Because Simon also.
Marky says that me and Sally can be in a video once every 6 months.
That's fair, Marky. That's fair.
Yeah, they don't want to steal my thunder.
Of course not. No.
Right, guys. It's I think we've gone on for quite a while now.
We have.
Yes, I'm.
An hour and 3/4. Yeah.
Believe it
And
or
I'm
not,
sweating my balls off in this mask.
my face is
So
actually
Marky. So Tom.
you will actually see sweat dripping off my balls.
Just make sure it is sweat.
I'm not even. So I think we should end it there unless anyone's got any more questions.
Yes.
Any more questions before we all go? Come on.
No, you are going to come on to Paranormal Voice at some point.
Definitely, yeah.
Chris was freezing already. He's obviously. I thought you'd buggered off then. But yeah, you are going to come on to us at some point. If we make it in a couple of months' time, I think that would probably be a good time scale so that we've got, new stuff to whack with each. Yeah. No, I've got no questions. It's all good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank
Okay
you
then,
very
guys.
much for coming
Thank you
on.
very much indeed. We've really enjoyed tonight. It's been brilliant.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks. Absolutely.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
Thanks,
See you
everybody.
later.
See you guys. See you, Jilly.